teams, no matter what level it is, a championship is still a championship. And get ready for the coin toss.
We were talking off the air about the back-to-back turnovers there between the two teams. A really big team. Really, Conyers is a really strong team. I have yet to see Indian Creek play, but I hear that they're fast.
And both teams with a running attack, I'm sure more than likely will determine the final score. Middle. Captains are number 51, Jawan Green, number 8, number 28, Chris Broadwater. And this is number 3, looks like. Oh, just kidding. The Bulldogs have won the toss and elected to receive. They move right to left again.
To get to this point, so a lot of them, I'm sure, very nervous. And believe it or not, I don't know if you saw when it came in. Georgia, there's parents out there with rattles, and you can hear them now as they start to get wild up.
Because the fields you play on normally, there aren't even lights there to be had, much less lights turned on for a championship game like this.
Yeah, usually it's Wednesday night. It's usually on an off field, meaning not one of the high school fields, and usually lucky if there's 20 or 30 people in the stands. And there's and both of these teams seem to be traveling well, or Indian Creek travel well. It's not like there's a long distance to go here in the New Rock Conference, but. Going to be a great night for football. Perfect weather. I mean, this is perfect football weather. There's not even a nip of chill in the air.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Number 52 is lined up to kick. That's Micah Hart. Conyers gets ready to receive. Number 21 is deep. Marquis Evans, along with number 28, Jamarco Williams. The kick is fielded at the 20-yard line by Williams, brought out to the 25 into the 30, breaks a tackle, goes down at the 36-yard line. That's where Conyers will take over 1st and 10 as we begin the game.
You're going to notice this Conyers team's pretty big, and they're actually pretty fast for their size. They break a lot of tackles on the ground and get into some open space and block pretty well, too, for a young team.
Last week, Williams, number 28, had a huge monster run, broke several tackles in the backfield, and took it along the near side for a big touchdown. Momentum changer, as up until that point, had been a lot of back and forth with turnovers. First and 10, ball on the 35, we'll call it the 36-yard line. Quarterback Chavis Franklin under center. Handoff goes, he's actually going to keep it. And he is almost lost the ball. Lost 2 yards on the play, down to the 34-yard line, and second down and about 12 yards. For a middle school team, a lot of misdirection for Conyers. It sometimes, when it's working, it's great, but when it's not working, when the guys are not sure who's getting the ball, it can sometimes be a challenge to regain that momentum again. Franklin in a shotgun formation with 3 tight backs. Movement up front. That's more than likely going to go against the offense. Procedure, a false start.
We were talking about those misdirection plays,
yeah.
and these guys, Conyers does one of the best jobs I've seen out of a middle school team with it. But you're right, they do spend a lot of time running east to west instead of north to south. But when it does work, it is a thing of beauty.
So second down and about 18 yards to go. This is what we were talking about, the nerves, the penalties. Minimizing mistakes will be critical throughout the course of this game. The ball right now is on the 28-yard line as we cross the 6-minute and 30-second mark left to go in the first quarter. Wishbone formation. Under center, quarterback hands off right up the middle. Goes down to the 34-yard line. That looks like number 22, Kamari Wimper on the carry. First carry for Wimper on the day. Third down and about 12 yards to go. Bulldogs in all black. Red Sox. They break the huddle and come toward the line where the Panthers are ready and waiting. Quarterback under center, 3 running backs right behind him. Handoff goes to the fullback. He goes nowhere and will gain about 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Again, tonight's game is a battle of 2 undefeated teams, and they both kind of ran roughshod through the league. Definitely what you want in a championship game.
Yeah, neither team has tasted defeat this year, so this one's going to sting a long time for whoever ends up coming up on the short end. Punt formation, that is Jamarco Williams standing back. The snap is clean. The kick is away. Great punt. Outkicks everybody. Gets a little bit of a roll and will be marked down by the Bulldogs at the 28-yard line.
4:35 left here in the first quarter. No score between the Bulldogs from Conyers and the Indian Creek Panthers in the New Rock Championship game.
So far, the defense for the Panthers in that opening drive looking good. They gave up a grand total of 4 yards on those 3 plays, aided by a 5-yard false start penalty. So after the 3 and out, let's see if the Panthers can come take advantage. Bulldogs already set in their, what looks like a 5-3 formation. Little confusion for the Bulldogs. The snap goes right up the middle, and number 28 with the carry for about a yard. That's Chris Broadwater. Panthers spread out the defense a little bit on that first play, trying to create some room up the middle as we approach the 4-minute mark left to go in the first quarter. No score between the Bulldogs and Panthers. Second down, about 9 yards to go. 4 receivers, 2 to either side, 1 back in the backfield, along with the quarterback. Takes the snap, throws it, and that is not considered a forward pass. It's a backward lateral, and it was picked up and took forward for about a 2-yard gain. That's a running play. It'll be 3rd down. Heads up play by the receiver to see the officials acknowledging that it was not a forward pass and picking up the ball and getting something out of it. What was otherwise a wasted play. 3rd down and 8. Ball at about the 24-yard line, well, the 25. 4 receivers this time. Trips right. Quarterback takes the snap, looks right, throws right, caught over to the 41-yard line, and a 1st down for the Panthers.
It was Josh Sims on the catch. Sims just came across on a little cross route, setting a hole in the zone there by Rockdale.
Yeah, nice throw, nice catch.
Rockdale was confused by the late move to the trips coming to the near side. You hear Coach Cartledge and the gang on the field over there, giving them some correction.
Receiver on either side, 2 tight ends as well, shotgun formation. The snap is taken. It's a handoff up the middle. There's some speed up the middle to the 50, across the 45. Great tackle by number 5 for Conyers. That's Cordavian Hartsfield. If he doesn't trip him up there, then he could go all the way. Instead, it's a big gain to the 45-yard line of Conyers.
A big hole opened up on the right-hand side of the line there. Looked like the Conyers defense was looking for something going the opposite direction and all kind of headed that way.
So now the punt yardage that Conyers received by the great punt is wiped away, and now they're back on their heels a little bit. 2 receivers once again with 2 tight ends and 1 back in the backfield, shotgun formation. Man in motion. The handoff goes to the man in motion around the near side. He's got a little bit of room. There's a flag down, and the runner gets to about the 36-yard line. Let's check the flag.
Have a feeling that one's coming back. Watching the near side official.
If it's holding, which it is, it'll be marked from the 41-yard line. So it's a gain of 4, and then -10 for the penalty.
Yeah, a little wide out there, trying to contain the corner. Got his arms around him, held him up a little bit, so that'll back him up 10.
I could see where, especially at this age, when you got a guy coming towards you and you need to block for him, that you get a little too excited. You want to make sure you make that block. Held on a little too long, though. 1st down and about 16 yards to go. Ball on their own 49-yard line now. 2 receivers, 3 tight ends. And here's the snap. The handoff goes up the middle, but doesn't go very far. Gains about 1 yard. That was number 1, Austin Holloway, on the carry as we approach the 1-minute mark in the 1st quarter. Still no score, and it's 2nd down and about 15 yards to go.
Under a minute left here in the 1st quarter. It's different calling a middle school game. That 1st quarter kind of flew right by a couple run plays, and it's almost over.
That's pretty much it. Well, you got to take advantage of these early opportunities, especially for the Panthers, forcing that 3 and out. 4 wide receivers, trips left this time. Bulldogs look like they're playing that same zone again. The pass goes to the left side and caught. Going across the 40 to the 35, out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. 1st down for the Panthers. That was number 12, Brock Carter, on the catch and run. He had a little burst of speed there.
Yeah, he had a good block out there on the corner to help him out, and he put it into low gear and took off. He dropped his rear end like he was a running back.
This will probably end the 1st quarter with a tie score. Yeah, the players are leaving the field now. So at the end of 1 quarter, there's no score, but the Panthers are driving, having accumulated 28 yards in the air and 22 on the ground so far. That's 50 yards in this drive for the Panthers. So the officials will mark the chains and take the ball to the other end of the field, where the Panthers will resume their drive. The Conyers Bulldogs, I mean, how much passing in this league is there really?
It's odd because you look at these middle school guys and you think, well, there's not a lot of passing in high school, but then you come and see, and again, I've seen Conyers play. They have a lot of pass plays. and they're usually big, I guess because of the frequency of the run plays. When they do go to the air, it's usually for a good chunk of the field.
Some college scores around the nation right now. Number 6, Georgia up on Ole Miss, 37-10. Upset alert at Notre Dame, 20-12 with 3:54 left in the fourth quarter. Nebraska down to Michigan State right now, 24-21 with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Second overtime between West Virginia and TCU. TCU has a 1-point lead. I don't see how that's possible, so that game's probably over by now.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to resume play here with the Panthers on the 32-yard line. No score as we begin the second quarter. Screen pass and a little face mask action there, not called by the officials, as the receiver takes it down to the 11-yard line. That is number 12, Brock Carter, again on the reception. And a first down in the red zone.
Yeah, it looked to be a couple of hands to the face there in the midst of all of that. I saw the same thing. I saw the side of the helmet or the front of the helmet. And I went, uh-oh, that's not good. But no flag, no foul.
And the Panthers resume at the 12-yard line inside the red zone with an early opportunity to score. Just inside the second quarter. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and 1 back in the pistol formation. And a little false start by 28. If he would have stopped for a second before the snap, that would have been a legal play.
Well, 24 out there moved as well. I think the only people that didn't move at that point were the line. The tight end jumped as well. So you got several to pick from there.
That's a 5-yard penalty for Indian Creek, and it'll be first down and 15 yards to go now from the 17-yard line. Conyers ready on defense. Do they have an answer for the quick passing game by Indian Creek? Pistol formation once again. The snap is taken. Play action. There's a pass deep to the end zone. Was that caught? It was. Touchdown. Great catch by number 24, Josh Sims, on the touchdown. Great throw, great catch. That's not defensible.
No, I was just about to say that Conyers player should not beat themselves up at all because there was nothing you could do about that. He had him covered and did everything correct. Just those happen sometimes. They just fall in the way they need to.
The question was, did his knee come down in bounds before his rear end hit out of bounds? And clearly the officials said that he was in bounds. 2-point conversion attempt now. Shotgun formation, receiver to either side, also a tight end. There's the snap. He's going to run it himself, and he won't be touched going into the end zone. 8-0. The Panthers have the lead over the Bulldogs with 6:50 left to go before halftime. The Bulldogs have to come up with an answer on defense for the quick passing game. I imagine they have not seen much of a passing game in this middle school league so far this year.
No, and the Indian Creek offensive line needs some credit there, especially in that point after on that 2-point conversion. They created a hole, and Austin Holloway just waltzed right through it, untouched.
So can the Bulldogs mount an attack on offense? That's the question now as the ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. Back deep once again are Jamarco Williams, number 28, also Marquis Evans for the Bulldogs.
I believe in the semifinal game as well, the Bulldogs were down early in the second quarter and ended up pulling it out. So they're really resilient, and we'll see what holds out for the rest of the game.
Certainly didn't come this far to lay down now, so I don't expect to see either team give up hope early. The kick goes to the 15-yard line where it's fielded by Evans, who comes out to the 35 and to the 40, 45, and the 50s across midfield. The Blackers ahead of him. 30, 20, he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown, Bulldogs.
And there are no flags on the play.
That is how to respond to a big offensive drive by your opponent. Now here's the question. 1 or 2? Is it too early to try to match that score?
I have a feeling Coach Cartledge will go for 2. Right off this momentum a little bit. See if they can punch them back in the mouth and definitely stay in this game and stay on top of them.
Great run by Evans. Great job by the special teams unit on creating the hole. That was an 85-yard return by Marquis Evans for a touchdown. Chavez Franklin leads his team to the line, takes the snap, the handoff goes up the middle, and he will be untouched. Another great job by an offensive line, and we have a tie game. 8-8 with 6:33 left to go before halftime.
Yeah, Kamari Wimper got around there, got it through a hole, got in for the two-point conversion, tying it up 8-8. Again, these guys are really excited about the atmosphere that they're playing in tonight. Saturday night, Reid Stadium, championship game, and as you can hear, a great crowd, very active, very excited. We're over here on the Rockdale side, and they're making a lot of noise every time a Rockdale player touches the ball.
Absolutely. Great atmosphere tonight. So the Bulldogs of Conyers will tee the ball up. They near the near hash on the near sideline. As they get ready to go. Umpire counting the Rockdale players, the Conyers players. The official, the referee, around the 5-yard line is waiting for word from his officials, and he marks the ball ready for play. Here we go, kickoff from the 40-yard line. It's short, caught, fumbled, out of bounds. And the Panthers will retain possession, although it was close. Not sure if that was intended to be an onside kick or just a short pooch kick or what their strategy was.
Or if it was
there.
simply a mistake.
Well, yeah. I was trying to give them a little credit.
Yeah, the good thing about, the great thing about these athletes is that, they're unjaded. They
right.
just want to go out and play with all their heart. And sometimes, they overthrow and overkick and overrun, and that's part of what makes it exciting.
Yeah. Indian Creek takes over at the 41-yard line. They open up with 3 receivers and 1 back in the backfield. Shotgun formation. The handoff goes around to the outside. He's got running room to across the 50, the 45, down around the 41-yard line of Conyers. And that's a first down for...
It is Jaquan Henderson.
Yep, exactly.
While you were making the play, I was just watching it, so I got to see his number. Flag on the play.
An illegal shift by the Panthers, and that one's coming back. It's a 5-yard penalty. No play. And we will replay first down, wiping away a huge run by Mr. Henderson. Timeout for the Bulldogs. They trying to recoup on defense right now as they've been pushed around up front, really, if you look at the majority of the plays during this game.
The offensive line has contained the defensive line, pinned them in, got around the outside, and just let the backs and the wideouts create those blocks especially on that last run. Henderson needed to get around to the outside, and he gained about 15 on the play. Unfortunately, brought back due to the flag.
So there's 6 minutes, 16 seconds left before halftime. Both teams scored on big plays. The Panthers on an over-the-top throw to the back of the end zone. Great throw, great catch. And then the Conyers Middle School Bulldogs answered on the very next play. It was on the kickoff, an 85-yard return. And that's the scoring so far in the game. Both teams converted their 2-point conversion. The officials call the players back onto the field, where it will be first down and 15 yards to go. The ball is placed at the 36-yard line. 3 receivers, 2 of them to the left side of the formation. The referee marks the ball ready for play. Shotgun formation, 1 back. Man in motion. The ball is handed to the running back who crosses the 40-yard line to the 41. That's Chris Broadwater on the carry for 4 yards. It'll be second down and 11.
Austin Holloway did a good job of pulling that low snap up from his ankles and keeping possession and keeping composure and getting that one handed off and getting some positive yardage out of it.
So far, both teams seem to be very much in control. Not a lot of panicky movements.
Absolutely.
Ball handlers securing the ball. The quarterbacks handing the ball, throwing the ball well so far.
Yeah, they're playing beyond their age at this point would be how I would describe it.
3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. There's the snap. The throw is going to the right where a man is wide open. It's caught for about an 8-yard gain, where it'll be 3rd down. That's number 18, J.J. Holloman. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Have they been stopped in the air yet? It doesn't appear. No, they haven't. They have not thrown an incomplete pass so far in this game.
Yeah, Rockdale's corners are playing off a good bit, and Indian Creek is making them pay for that. Just a quick snap and getting the ball out in a hurry.
It helps when you have athletes that can run as well. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Ball on their own 39-yard line. The Panthers have trip right. 1 receiver to the left. There's the snap, the handoff. Stopped in the backfield. Great play by number 8, Chavez Franklin.
That's the quarterback coming in there on the defensive side, making a big stop.
He got in, and then his teammates joined him as well. There was no broken tackle to be had in that situation. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The ball is on the Panther 47. Interesting play here. The Bulldog offense still hasn't done anything. That was a special team score. So I guess in the minds of the coaches for the Panthers, there's really not much risk right now, especially if you go through the air where they haven't been stopped.
Absolutely.
Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. There's a shotgun snap. They are going to the air, but if the ball was batted away, but it doesn't matter because the play was stopped by a flag, which is presumably a false start.
Yeah, one of the wideouts took off about a half a step too fast.
That's exactly what it is. It'll be 4th down now and 9, or we'll call it 10. Ball will be at the 42-yard line. Let's see if they decide to go back to the air again with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to go before halftime. Still a tie game, 8-8, as the officials wind the clocks, or they're attempting to wind the clock. There we go. The clock's now running. And a timeout is called by the Panthers. Wind the clock and then stop the clock. Panthers will debate what they should do next in this critical situation here at 4th down and about 10 yards to go. Bulldog defense made a couple of great stops. They were aided by a couple of penalties, but the big stop in the backfield by Chavez Franklin, that was huge.
Stopping that 3rd down conversion there right at the line of scrimmage is definitely going to be something that they're going to look back on the tape later tonight and say that's one of the plays that definitely is going to be the highlight of the first half.
Especially if you get the ball back here.
Absolutely. You get the ball back in what could be very good field position. It could be a very short field, a missed pass or a run play that stopped at the line. Bulldogs have it in pretty good field position at the Indian Creek 40.
And even on that false start play, I mean, the defense was all over that pass. That was the first time that really they had the opportunity to defend the pass. They had not had a defender in the area so far in the game.
Absolutely, and you look at these corners, and they know that the Indian Creek wideouts have a lot of speed, and they're having to respect that.
Trips right now coming out of the timeout. 4th and 10. The ball's got to get to the Bulldog 48-yard line. Quarterback drops, throws it deep. If he catches his first down, he did. The defender fell down. He goes down to the 20-yard line, 16-yard line. Big first down by number 24, Josh Sims.
That was Evans chasing him down, making the stop after the safety fell down.
Tough break for the Bulldog safety. I don't think he could have stopped the first down.
No.
But he might have been able to prevent the massive yards after the catch.
Absolutely. He as soon as he went to change direction, he just lost his footing and fell down, and luckily Evans was there to make the stop.
Inside the red zone once again. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers at the 16-yard line. 3:29 left to go before halftime. 1 receiver to either side. A 2 tight end set. Shotgun and another flag and whistle. And this one is not going to be a false start. Instead, a defender lined up offsides as we await the call from the white hat. And there it is. A 5-yard gain for the Panthers. And 1st down and 5 with the ball at about the 10-yard line. Can't make those kind of mistakes in the red zone. if you want to make a goal line stand. And the clock runs now with 3:12 left to go before halftime. 4 wide receivers now, pistol formation. Quarterback picks the ball up off the ground. The center snapped the ball, kind of rolled it to him. He got positive yards on the play, but that was clearly a busted play. About a 2-yard gain, though, and second down.
I didn't see which linebacker got in there for the Bulldogs, but he made Holloway pay for coming up through the hole pretty fast.
Great composure so far by the quarterback for the Panthers. He's had a couple of snaps, a couple of low snaps, a couple of high snaps. That one was rolled to him, and he's recovered each time. Pistol formation once again, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Quarterback takes the snaps, an option play. He hands it off, and it's going to be close to a first down. It does not look like he got it, though. 3rd down and 1.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. Tie ball game, 8-8 at Reid Stadium.
Trying to determine who had the ball on that last carry, and it was just a mob of both teams, and he got rid of the ball in a hurry. So a pistol formation once again, 2 receivers to each side. He keeps it this time on the option. Did he get in the end zone? No call yet. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Panthers. Same play as before, but this time the quarterback, number 7, DeMonte Holt.
It's Austin Holloway.
Austin Holloway, I'm sorry. He held on to it instead of handing it off.
He did a very good job of hiding the ball, because I have to admit I wasn't watching him run around that right side. I was looking at the pile in the middle.
So the Panthers now, my apologies on the name, but the Panthers with the ball now at the 3-yard line for the extra point attempt, which looks like it'll be another 2-point attempt.
You've got more names right tonight than I usually get on a Friday night, so don't beat yourself up.
2 receivers, 1 to each side. The tight end in motion. He lines up to the left. Pistol formation. Option play once again. Hands it off and is denied the extra point. Number 21, Marquis Evans. Yeah, the man who made the touchdown run earlier. Makes the play there. Huge stop by the Bulldogs on the extra point attempt. And now the Bulldogs have a chance with 1:38. If they can break a couple of big plays, they have a chance to go into the locker room with the lead.
Yeah, Evans has had a couple of big plays. Obviously, the big one being the touchdown run. He had the stop on the far side to prevent a touchdown by the Panthers, and then that stop on that 2-point conversion. So he's had a good night so far.
Will the Panthers kick it back to him? That's the question.
Well, we'll see.
I wouldn't. Panthers are lined up to kick the ball off from the 40-yard line. Evans and Williams back deep again. This one does not go deep. It's a little squib kick up the middle, fielded at the 35-yard line, coming to the near side, across the 40 to the 45 and the 50. No blockers this time to the 35 and the 30. Block in the back. It's going to come back, but still a great run down to the 12-yard line, even though they'll come back 10 yards from their 36. That's the type of play that the Bulldogs needed, though, to put themselves in position. Unfortunately for them, it probably will not stand.
Number 8, Chavez Franklin with that run.
Yeah, they avoided the deep man, but instead they still kicked it to one of the best players on the Bulldogs team.
There are a lot of weapons on this Conyers team. In the last game of the playoffs, Conyers took on Liberty, who they had beat earlier in the season 2-0. And I saw Franklin literally stiff arm a kid to the ground. He's coming around the right-hand side, stiff arms a kid, follows him all the way to the ground, busts free. And I want to say that it was he got it all the way through for a touchdown.
So there were 2 fouls on the play. They were both 10-yard infractions. You can only have one of them. They accepted the holding penalty and declined the block in the back. Both fouls occurred in the same place, essentially, so there's no significant difference. So the Bulldogs will take over at the 45-yard line of the Panthers with 1:26 left to go before halftime. You can hear in the background the crowd for Conyers. They are excited for their Bulldogs, hopefully bringing home a championship. Tight formation, looks like a wishbone. Franklin under center. Handoff goes to the fullback, who loses the ball. It's picked up, then kicked accidentally by number 22, Kamari Wimper, who then falls on it at the Bulldog 37-yard line. That is about a 16-yard loss, and it's going to be credited to Wimper. Under a minute now left to play. You'd almost have to think they're going to pretty much sit on this. Maybe a real safe handoff and just go ahead and get to the locker room. Under 50 seconds to play in the first half.
Yeah, the official down there was right on top of the play. He saw it come out. I saw the bag before I saw the ball loose, so they were right there on top of it. Conyers did a good job trying to fall on it, but ended up kicking it in the meantime. Finally, Wimper falls on it, 16 yards back.
Yeah, Wimper had a chance for a scoop and run, but he accidentally kicked it instead. Shotgun formation. Umpire throws a flag high into the air. That's almost always going to be a delay of game, which it is, another 5-yard penalty. So now it's second down and a country mile as we near halftime. 22 3/10 of a second left to go before halftime. They're going to run the clock, and they don't have to run a snap if they don't want to, but they're going to anyway. Shotgun formation, high snap. They're going to look to pass. Long pass, deep, but kind of a floater is almost intercepted, but he drops the ball. That was number 5, Young Tukes, with a chance at the interception. Really should have had it probably. Yeah,
Franklin was trying to do a little bit too much there. He was under some heavy pressure, and he was looking for Marquis Evans running down the near sideline, and just he got hit right as he was letting it go, and it floated.
It would have been a great punt.
It would have been an amazing punt. There was very good punt coverage on that one.
Here we go, third down and a mile. We'll call it 3rd and 32. 15 seconds left to go. If they keep it on the ground, it'll be the last play before halftime, unless the Panthers choose to use a timeout. Tight formation. Franklin under center. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he breaks a couple of tackles, gets out to the 39-yard line. That's number 21, Marquis Evans. And the Panthers, just kidding, the Bulldogs take a timeout, which is a little surprising considering it's 4th down. 8 seconds left to go before halftime, and I'm sure they're hoping to spend these last 8 seconds in a play and not have to give the ball back to the Panthers. A well-played half so far overall. Both teams have done well, especially on defense. The Panthers have been a little more successful, and really the difference in the game is the passing game.
Yep.
The Panthers have really been able to execute passes, short throws that with a long run attached to them. And, of course, that precision throw in the end zone was fantastic.
They've done a good job of putting Conyers on their heels a little bit with the run game, finding a couple of good plays to gash them for 5 or 6 yards, and then go over the top as their wideouts are just super fast. The Indian Creek wideouts are very fast, and Conyers they have to respect that, or they're giving them 10, 15 yards sometimes of cushion to start out the play, and that's how those quick little screen passes and dump passes get in there.
Yep. 4th down and 26 yards to go. Clock will not start until the snap. Franklin in a pistol formation with one back behind him. Motion. Franklin takes the snap. He's going to run it himself, and he goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and the Panthers are going to get a play. Certainly, you wanted any result except for that.
Yeah, running out of bounds, not what you wanted, and just take another half step back.
Yeah, I mean, the clock's going to stop either way because it's 4th down, yeah. But you either wanted to wait and call your timeout with maybe 1 or 2 seconds to go to ensure that the half was going to end, or anything but giving the Panthers another opportunity. So the Bulldogs going to call a timeout and talk this over. I imagine they're going to send their entire secondary into the end zone.
Absolutely. I would drop them back as far as I could, and I would tell them that wherever that ball heads, all 11 of you had better be right there behind it.
So best case scenario for the Bulldogs going into halftime with a 14-8 deficit, while the Panthers enjoy that lead at the moment and look to try to increase it here with one final play before halftime.
While we have a minute, I'm going to take a minute for a shameless plug and thank all of the students here from the Rockdale Career Academy who make these streaming broadcasts happen on a Saturday night, giving up a couple hours to come out here and make some good times for these middle school kids that are out just trying to play a good game of football.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me along with you tonight. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you're here. I have to talk a lot less than I normally do.
So far for Indian Creek, they have amassed 116 yards in the air. Big numbers for middle school with 8-minute quarters. 2 safeties very deep.
And a victory formation to close out the half.
That'll do it. So as we approach halftime, 14-8, the Panthers with the lead over the Bulldogs. When the second half resumes, it'll be the last half of football for these middle schoolers in 2012 as we go to halftime at Reid Stadium at the New Rock League Championship game. Welcome back to the Rockdale. Where are we?
We're at Reid Stadium, Rockdale County High School campus.
The sign, there's lights above the sign now.
This is historic Robert Reid Stadium.
Let's start over.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Reid Stadium and the second half of the New Rock League Championship game between the Conyers Bulldogs and the Indian Creek Panthers. David Tolliver alongside Tom White as we get set for the second half. Right now, the Panthers have a 14-8 lead and will receive the ball to begin the second half. Panthers will be moving right to left as we look at the field.
Not really sure if there's a single word to describe the first half. For Indian Creek, I would say passing. For Rockdale, I would actually say defense.
Yeah, I agree. They made, even though I don't know what kind of mental adjustments you can make, but they physically have played better during the second part of the first half. That long pass down the sideline notwithstanding. The Bulldogs ready to kick off from the 40-yard line, and here we go to begin the second half. Ball is kicked in, a fair catch called for, and he got creamed. And no flag. I guess the officials did not see the fair catch signal, even though he clearly made a fair catch signal. And he caught the ball at the 45 and went backward to the 42-yard line.
It was Brock Carter on the fair catch. I didn't see what freight train of Bulldogs hit him.
My goodness. Surely they have to be talking about the possibility of a flag. Because he clearly made a fair catch signal, which is legal on a free kick. And that has to be what they're about to discuss. I mean, as long as the ball is not kicked into the ground.
It looks like, just from the hand gestures, it looks like the umpire just kind of went, it looked like he was falling back. That's, he kind of threw both hands up. So
yeah, it looked pretty clear to me, but the officials have the call.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
So the Panthers will start over at the 41-yard line, and that's what the Panthers coach right now on the far side of the field, that's what he's arguing, that listen, my guy clearly made a fair catch signal, and he got clobbered. And of course, the kicking coach, Jeff Feitner, is in the ear of the official on this side saying, no, he didn't make a fair catch signal. First down and 10, ball at the 41, two receivers to the right, one to the left. The snap is taken, and they'll drop back to pass. He gets crushed. A sack by number 22, Kamari Wimper.
Yeah, just coming off the blind side there. Austin had no idea that he was coming. Austin Holloway had no idea that he was there. Was about to pass, pulled it back down, and
my goodness, what a great start for the Bulldogs. It'll be second down and about, well, we'll call it 17. That could be a huge momentum shift because now Holloway knows that there are defenders on the field for the first time during this game. Holloway takes the shotgun snap, looks to pass again, under pressure again, a screen pass right up the middle, but stopped for about a 4-yard gain. Good execution all around. Good job by the Bulldogs to get into the backfield. Good job by number 28, Broadwater, to catch the pass, get turned upfield, and then the second line for the Bulldogs making the stop. Third down and long now. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Chavez Franklin in there on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Franklin is all over the field. And these players that are playing both ways, they're obviously talented, but you got to wonder what the high school coaching staffs think of them, as they move forward into high school, if they'll only play one way, if they might continue to play both ways. Four receivers, another shotgun snap, good throw, good catch to the 42-yard line, but stopped at the 45. Fourth down and 7 yards to go. That was number 24, Josh Sims, on the catch.
Wimper and Franklin combined for the stop there. Yeah, I do the coaches show with Coach Elder every week for the Rockdale County, and this is the feeder program for Rockdale County. And he's very excited. He was here last week for the game with Liberty, and literally sat over there in the back of his truck outside of his office and watched the game, and we talked about it afterwards, and he was very excited to see what the future holds for Rockdale County.
Holloway in a shotgun formation now, trips right. The Bulldogs trying to get defense over there. They did not quite make it. A guy's wide open. What a catch to the 30-yard line. That's number 12, Brock Carter, on a huge catch and run. Devastating play for the Bulldogs. A huge momentum shift for the Panthers.
Justin Johnson and Travis Franklin in on the stop there for the Bulldogs.
Just before that play, the Bulldog coaching staff was trying to get another defender to that side of the field. The players just didn't hear him, and that slot man was left wide open.
That's happened a couple times with the Bulldogs. Several times they've gone with the trips, and the Bulldogs have been late to adjust.
Two receivers to the left side, two to the right side. Man in motion, the handoff. Nope, he's going to keep it. Holloway is stopped for about a 3-yard gain. Second down, ball at the 27-yard line.
Marquis Evans on the stop there.
So far, Broadwater has been the leading rusher in the game for the Panthers. He's got 20 yards on 5 carries. Holloway has carried the ball 5 times as well. He had that big sack, which in high school and college, that counts against your running stats. Two receivers to each side now, shotgun formation. Holloway throws to the right, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss.
Deontay Clark almost intercepted that ball.
And that was Broadwater, who the pass was intended for and caught by for -2 on the play. And yeah, if he would have got his hands on it, he was gone.
I think it touched his left hand. I think he was starting to see pay dirt and forgot to close it up. I think he did to get a hand on it after it passed him a little bit.
But good job by the Bulldogs to continue pursuit after the near interception. Third down and 8 yards to go. The yardage has not been an issue for the Panthers so far today. They've been almost unstoppable in the air. Again, this time the pass is knocked down by the Bulldogs. There were a couple of guys in the area. Number 87, Deontay Clark, was nearby. Not sure if he's the one who got his hand on it or not, but either way, the front definitely affected the quarterback and made him rush his throw a little bit, causing the tipped pass and an incomplete pass. And that's his first incomplete pass.
Wow.
On the day. 4th down and 8 now for the Panthers. An opportunity to get off the field for the Bulldog defense.
To go 2.5 quarters with no incomplete passes is very impressive and respectable here, especially in the middle school ranks.
3:37 left to go in the third quarter, and a timeout taken by the Panthers as they discuss what their approach is going to be. Little doubt that it'll be through the air. And we'll see what they come out of this timeout with. The Bulldogs have been much more aggressive on defense since about midway through the second quarter. They've been burned a couple of times, but overall it's helped.
Yeah, they definitely closed up those gaps in that offensive line that they were creating in the first half. You know, when they would send Austin Holloway through, especially on that 2-point conversion down there earlier, where no one was within a yard of them. They closed those holes and really kind of forced them to pass. And the passes they've had have not been without being under duress. They've had someone in Austin Holloway's face every time he's dropped back to pass.
So Austin Nunn releases his crew back on offense as they have 4th down and about 8 yards to go. The ball is on the 28-yard line of the Bulldogs. Trips right. The Bulldogs have struggled against the trips formation. This time it's a screen right up the middle. 2 missed tackles, 3 missed tackles, and it's close to a first down. It looks like it is a first down. That was number 12 on the reception, Brock Carter. Huge play, broke 3 tackles, almost broke a 4th one, and a first down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
That little screen pass is working for Indian Creek.
Sure is. It looked like they were prepared for the trips this time, and instead they dumped it underneath. Great play calling. I did not think I'd make a play calling reference at a middle school. I'll be honest. I just didn't expect that. But a great play call to go against the trips and catch the Bulldogs a little off guard up the middle. Trips right again, shotgun formation. One receiver to the left. Drops, looks left, throws left, caught at the 10-yard line, breaks a tackle, and gets taken down by number 5, Kadarian Hartsfield. Close to a first down. It'll be about a yard short. 9-yard gain, and the ball's at the 10-yard line. Again,
that cushion that those backs are having to leave for those wideouts, that's where it hurts right there. When the quarterback takes the snap, and as soon as he gets the ball, he looks to one side or the other and just puts a bullet in there, and he knows as long as his man's got it, he's good for 6 or 8 yards.
Trips right again, and one receiver to the left. This time it's a handoff right up the middle for a first down inside the 5-yard line, where it'll be first and goal for the Panthers. Yeah, if you play up tight, they'll run by you. And if you play back, they'll throw it underneath.
Yeah, the Rockdale defensive backs haven't found a way to kind of split the difference there and make a stop on either side of that.
Just over 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Ball's at the 5-yard line, where it is first and goal. The Bulldogs need a turnover. Need to create some pressure. They've done better. They've created more pressure since about midway through the second quarter. But now they need a big stop to prevent going down by 2 scores late in the game. Under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. A flag on the play. Delay of game. 5-yard penalty. Takes it back to the 10-yard line, gives the Bulldogs a little more breathing room, but still a goal-to-go situation. Run the clock now with 1:42 left to go. Pistol formation, trips to the right again. Handoff, nope, he keeps it. Goes down to the 5-yard line, does Holloway, where it'll be second down and goal.
And just as soon as we talk about those defensive backs, giving that cushion, you can see them pulling them back in, getting right on the line and getting in their face and getting a little pressure on them as soon as the ball snapped.
This is the same area that Holloway went over the top for that touchdown deep in the end zone earlier in the game.
There's no question which coach is Coach Ryder down there, defensive backs coach for Conyers, as he is calling out the orders, and it is quite apparent who he's talking to every time that he's pulling those backs in.
Quickly to the line by the Panthers. Trips right. One back in the backfield and a single receiver to the left. It goes to the right. Big time stop by the Conyers Middle School Bulldogs. It's a gain of about 3 yards, but it prevented the touchdown, and it'll be third down and goal at the 2.
Under 40 seconds left to go. The play clock just started, and that could be the last play of the quarter if Indian Creek chooses to go that way. The officials started the play with just about 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Holloway in a pistol formation with trips to the right again. Handoff right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers. With 9.9 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the Panthers strike a devastating blow and take a 20-8 lead. I believe that was Broadwater on the touchdown carry.
A 12-point lead now for Indian Creek, getting ready to line up and go for 2, make it a full 2 touchdown.
The trips right formation once again. They're going to throw it to the right, wide open, incomplete, overthrown. The quarterback was under a little duress. He might have hurt himself a little bit. I don't know if he was in agony because of pain or because he overthrew a wide open receiver, but he heads to the sideline and tries to explain himself to his coaching staff.
No, his agony was heading to the sideline. The coach was standing there waiting on him. He had open arms, and they weren't to give him a hug, that's for certain.
So a 12-point lead for the Bulldogs. If you're going to be down by 2 scores, this is not a bad 2 scores to be down by.
Absolutely.
It's not as if they have to score 2 two-point conversions to get back in the game. They can kick.
Yes.
They can kick short, they can kick long, they can kick accurately.
Yeah, this is a 2-score lead like this is one of those tricky ones where you give up one and the team kind of goes, oh, well, it's not bad. We'll still have another. The next thing you know, the other one's gone and the game is either tied or you're losing.
Another squib kick crosses the 45 and the 50 down to the 45-yard line of the Panthers and to the 44. That's number 22, Kamari Wimper, on the carry. It seems no matter where at the third quarter ends, and no matter where the Panthers decide to kick the ball, there's a playmaker waiting for it.
Yeah, this time they catch Wimper. They had Travis Franklin previously, and obviously Evans earlier tonight with the 75-yard return for a touchdown.
So right now, the end of the third quarter, 20-8, the Panthers have the lead over the Bulldogs. Indian Creek looking to take home the New Rock League title. And a scoring summary as of right now. 6 points scored early by Indian Creek. It was number 24, Josh Sims, on the touchdown reception from Holloway. That's that play I keep referring to that went over the top. I mean, if this was eligible for SportsCenter Top 10, it would have to get an honorable mention. The Bulldogs scored a touchdown by number 21, Marquis Evans, when he returned the ensuing kickoff 85 yards for that score. All the conversions were good through that point. Then the most recent touchdown by Indian Creek. Well, excuse me, there was one in between. Holloway ran for a touchdown, and then number 28, Broadwater, had a touchdown. The ball's at the 44-yard line of the Panthers as we resume play in the fourth quarter. The handoff goes left. Actually, it's more of a toss. That goes for a first down, and he lost the ball. And it looks like it was recovered by Conyers. It was. First down for Conyers. Number 28, Broadwater, we were just talking about him. And he made a big run for a big gain, lost the ball, but recovered it. And they wind the clocks as we begin the fourth quarter with a big play for Conyers, looking to get a score and get back in the game. Wishbone formation. That was Jamarco Williams. Sorry about that. Fullback gets the ball this time and goes nowhere.
That's Evans with the carry.
Second down now and about 10 yards. No gain on the play. Big run by the Bulldogs. They're hesitant to go to the air. Their quarterback is out for the year with an injury. And let's see if I can find his name. Their starting quarterback, Matavius Kerrigan is out for the year with a broken foot, which happened in practice. Run by the quarterback to the left. He had a few blockers, but there's a flag on the play as he gets to the 30-yard line. They'll stop the clock and sort that out. It's about a 1-yard gain, and if this is holding, if you are the Panthers, do you send them back 10 yards, or do you let it become fourth down?
You keep the pressure on them. You keep them right there, fourth and long. You keep them tight. And as soon as I say that, it proves why I'm not a coach.
I guess it could be argued that time is not on the Bulldogs' side. Yeah. Your defense is playing well. I mean, you're just going to keep running it.
I keep looking down to the far press box down to our right where the Bulldog line coach, Fred Avery, is. And Fred's usually my color guy on Friday nights. And he and I have talked about the work that they've done with the line and some of the stuff that they've done to get better. And I just keep looking down at him, and he's got his head in his hands several times. So we know where that hold came from.
A wishbone formation and the shotgun. Check that. It's second down. The down marker had changed a little early, and we have movement up front. Looks like number 70. You never want to get your number called in this situation, but Justin Stone took off a little early, and that's going to back up the Bulldogs some more. It looks like the pressure might be getting to Conyers a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. They're making some mistakes that they haven't made that I've seen in the games that I've done and talked with Coach Avery about. And the line's really nerves maybe getting to them.
Another wishbone formation beside the shotgun. The handoff goes right up the middle, and not much running room there for Jamarco Williams. I need to apologize to Justin Stone. He plays for the Panthers. So he did not commit a false start for the Bulldogs. There's an injured Bulldog down on the field. On our roster sheet, number 70 doesn't exist, so that's good for him. Can't see who the injured player is. But the coaching staff is tending to the injured player. The officials send the Panthers over to their sideline.
Just over 5.5 minutes left here in the game.
And the score currently is 20-8 in favor of the Panthers, as the Panthers huddle on their side of the field. Of course, right now, what's most important is the young man that's down around the 48-yard line right now.
And again, we haven't talked about it yet. Now, I do this every time. Unfortunately, there's a player injured on either side. We have one of the best athletic training staffs in the state, headed up by Miss Keisha. And the players love Miss Keisha. The coaches love Miss Keisha. She does a great job. She may not be here, but I guarantee you one of our people are here tonight to make sure that these guys get the best treatment that they can.
Well, and more importantly than, the New Rock Championship or, even the game here tonight, obviously, is the health of the players, and obviously concern for Jamarco Williams, who was the ball carrier, and he's not putting any pressure at all on his left leg. So we're obviously not going to speculate on what the injury could be, but he's not able to put any pressure at all. So we wish Jamarco well. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And we're going to resume play as the Bulldogs have 3rd down and 24 yards. The ball is at the 46-yard line of the Panthers. The Bulldogs need a big play to get back in this game. There's the snap, the handoff. Nope, play action. 87's wide open deep. He throws it to him. He lost the ball. He had it in his hands. Good defense.
Great coverage there. Absolutely great coverage.
By number 5, that's Young Toots on the coverage. And Denota Clark almost pulled that in. Still should have pulled it in, but he was feeling the heat.
Yeah, great timing there, timing that jump to go up and break up that pass and just showed some composure there. That was one of those pressure moments where a player could go in a little bit early.
So it's 4th down now and a mile to go. I assume they're going to go for it here, considering how much time is left in the game. And for a quarterback who was not their starting quarterback, I mean, he's obviously a big player, but he's 0 for 2 passing today. They're trying to keep it on the ground as much as they can, but at this point, you almost have to put it up in the air.
Yeah, you got to get some yards, and you got to get yards very fast right now. We're right at 5 minutes left to go in the game, and they're down by 2 scores.
Another pass attempt, going deep. He's got a man. It's and dropped. Number 21.
There is
Marky
a flag
Evans.
on the play. There is a flag on the play back here.
There's a flag down deep. It's in the area of holding or possibly a roughing. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Now, in high school, that is not an automatic first down, so in middle school it's not either. It is a 15-yard penalty, but a much more manageable 4th down attempt. And the official was giving a signal to the Panthers sideline that it was a blow to the head.
So it's not enough for a first down, but it certainly moves the line of scrimmage far more favorably for the Bulldogs.
And you have to think if Evans were to have hauled that ball in, it could have been a game changer.
Absolutely. Indian Creek defensive backs did a good job of picking up because he was wide open. There were 2 receivers down there wide open, and they did a good job of covering that land.
They're calling it a first down. So I guess it is an automatic first down. Wishbone formation now for the Bulldogs, who snap the ball, handed up the middle. That's number 22 going around the outside. He gets pulled back by the arm. A 2-yard gain for Kamari Wimper.
Feel like Jaquan Henderson there riding him down to the ground.
.4:23 left to go. The Bulldogs have to score, and they've got to score quickly and then get the ball back. We've seen that they know how to kick it short on a kickoff.
Yep.
And apparently the officials aren't going to call a fair catch.
Yeah.
So your chances are pretty good.
You better haul it in and lower your shoulder.
The officials have done a great job tonight so far. They really have. They've stayed out of the game for the
Again,
most part.
I will play the devil's advocate for the official. It was moderately questionable. After seeing what I think was their explanation, it makes sense.
The quarterback keeps the ball. He had a receiver open, but he never had a chance to set to try to throw, and a flag comes in
late.
And that's going to be against the defense because there was not another offensive player in that area.
Yeah. It came in late,
maybe a face mask penalty,
which makes me think it was a late hit because they were kind of rolling around a little bit, and it was getting a little interesting.
A 5-yard face mask against the Panthers. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. Oh, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7, sorry.
Okay. 7 yards to go. 2nd down. Ball at the 28-yard line. Franklin under center. That wishbone again. This time he's going to look to pass. He's got a man wide open. He delivers it on time for a first down to the 15, to the 10. He's still on his feet. 5. Touchdown. Touchdown Bulldogs. There's a flag down that came in very, very late. Almost guaranteed to be an ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which will bring the touchdown back if that's the case. Let's see what the umpire says. He's talking to the lead official, who now brings in the side judge. Now it's a full-on huddle for the officials as they try to sort this out. Will they call illegal participation? Touchdown is good. After the play, personal foul against the Bulldogs. So the touchdown will stand. And that'll back them up. They'll probably, you think they'll take the 15 yards here on the kickoff? As critical as the extra points could be.
I believe that they are going to take it on the kickoff.
And I'm sure.
That way you make Rockdale make the play.
Yeah.
And then you shorten your field. Worst case scenario, you make it longer for Rockdale.
That was Marquis Evans on the long catch and run for the touchdown. And here comes the extra point set up. It's number 17 who puts it up and missed it wide.
He kicked that ball very hard. Like
he crushed it. and if he was kicking from the visitor stands, it had a chance. So 20-14 with 3 minutes, 11 seconds left.
I looked down thinking I had a half a second to see where it goes, and I look back, and it's rattling around the fence in the back.
So after the big touchdown catch and run by Makari Evans, number 21,
Indian Creek's called a timeout.
Indian Creek has called a timeout. They are preparing for an onside kick, I would assume. You know, the Bulldogs could kick it deep. They're going to be backed up pretty far anyway because of the penalty. They're going to go back. They'll kick it off from the 25-yard line.
Well, if you let Michael Tanner kick off the way he just kicked that point after, it's going to be a touchback.
And because the Bulldogs have 3 timeouts. If they make a defensive stop, they have a chance.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to Franklin on his first completion of the day. He's had 2 drops. You know,
excellent.
He's had 3 well-thrown balls.
That's a completion to get.
He's had 3 well-thrown balls. The crowd for the Bulldogs getting into it now with 3 minutes left to go in the season. The stakes could not be higher for a middle school game right now.
A 6-point ball game with just over 3 minutes left to go. Saturday night under the lights, big game for these guys. Obviously, the championship game has its own thing, but where they're playing and when they're playing has a big deal as well.
That's right. Middle schoolers do not get a chance often to play under the lights, especially at the high school stadium. So this is an exciting night for everyone. Now, if they decide to go for the onside kick, it has to go 10 yards before the Bulldogs can touch it. It's not a penalty if they touch it before 10 yards, but it will be the Panthers' ball at that point. Here comes the kick, the 25. It goes to 10 yards, and it's fielded cleanly by the Panthers at the 38-yard line of the Bulldogs. And I can't see quite who made that recovery. It was number 3, which is Jaquan Henderson. So with 3 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in the game, the Panthers have the ball and a 6-point lead. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts. If they do not allow a first down, they have a chance.
Absolutely, and the defense has played very well so far tonight. You know, we said the one word to describe the first half for the Bulldogs was defense. So let's see if that holds true here late in the fourth quarter.
And will the Panthers stay on the ground, or will they continue their aggressive and successful passing attack? Max protect right now, 3 receivers. Handoff goes right up the middle for about 7 yards. That's number 2, Trey Smith on the carry. Or was that 12? That was 12, Brock Carter. 2nd down and 3 with the ball at the 31-yard line. And the Bulldogs take their timeout to stop the clock with 3 minutes left. They almost need a stop for a loss on this next play.
We didn't say Brock Carter's name much but in the first half, but certainly in the second half after that that reception, and we'll call it a semi-fair catch. He's done a very good job moving the ball for the Panthers, and he's been all over the field. He's caught a couple of passes and he's run a couple of times. So I don't know what button they hit, but they need to hit him again and turn it off, I guess.
Yeah. Bulldog defense trying to get their fans, their parents and friends pumped up as they have a chance to get back in this game if they can get a stop here on 2nd, 3rd, and presumably 4th down. I can't imagine a punt coming in this area of the field. In fact, I don't think the Panthers have punted at all.
They haven't.
Max protect once again.
Low snap.
Fumbled snap. Who's got it? It looks like the quarterback kept it. No signal yet. There's the signal.
Yep,
3rd down. And a timeout by the Bulldogs. That's their 2nd timeout, and now we see that it's possible a 6-yard to go before a first down for the Panthers. And the Bulldogs have an opportunity with 2 big stops. And they're going to reset the clock to 2:55. If they can get the attention of the clock operator.
They've got him.
2:50, sorry. Nope, it is 2:55. Very good. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming out of this timeout. The Bulldogs need 2 stops.
I don't know if a lot of our viewers have seen Coach Avery, but the clock operator will do whatever Coach Avery says. They don't call him the machine for nothing. He changed his name earlier this year. His first name used to be Big. I kid you not. He was Big Fred Avery. Now he's the Machine.
The Machine. Like Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
We have a good time on Friday nights. He'll let everyone know how unprofessional I can be.
The officials are huddled around the ball, getting everyone straight on the timeouts left and the clock situation. 2:55 left in the game. 3rd down and 6. Big play here. Panthers with the ball. Shotgun snap, hands off, up the middle, and he goes down. The running back does after about a 2-yard gain and a timeout. It looks like that was number 24. Was that Broadwater again? 28? Yeah.
Yeah, the Indian Creek jerseys look really nice. They're just not really good from this far away.
It is hard to see the numbers.
I really appreciate the Conyers coaches for the solid black jersey with the solid white letters, or numbers.
And the numbers are bigger.
Oh yeah, a lot bigger.
So here we go. This is the game right here. 4th down, 4 yards to go. Conyers Middle School, with a stop here, has a chance to go down and score and possibly tie the game, and with an extra point, could win it.
There is not a player on that field who hasn't dreamt of this on either side of the ball.
It's like I said to open the game. This is, no matter what the stakes are, it's a championship game, and after this game, in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, one of these two teams will be crowned a champion.
This play has happened a lot in these kids' backyards
Absolutely.
over the last 10 to 15 years.
You are absolutely right. Big time pressure for both teams right now. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield, man in motion. There's a flag on the play, and the Bulldogs sideline is very excited. It looks like motion, a false start. Let's see what the officials have to say.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are very excited.
It will be a false start, a 5-yard penalty, and now it's 4th and 10. You've got to think, as successful as they've been through the air, do you think we'll see the trips right again?
Absolutely.
Timeout for the Panthers. They're going to discuss it.
Yeah, I can't imagine Indian Creek not going to the air on this. But then again, if everyone thinks you're going to the air, why not take it to the ground?
Well, that's one way to put it. And if either one of us were good enough to be coaches, we wouldn't be sitting up here.
Again, I want to take a minute, shamelessly plug my folks that are here. I got Guido and Tor upstairs, Tierra and AK Aaron downstairs. Aaron being the TD for the first time tonight, so done a pretty good job. Only a couple mistakes by old AK over there. These guys go with us every Friday night to do the football games and getting ready to do basketball, and we got 200 more games to do this year. So it's going to be a good long year for us.
Awesome, good stuff. Hey, I wish a program like this was around when I was in high school.
Absolutely. I go in every day, and I'm excited to teach there. I couldn't imagine going there.
2 minutes, 50 seconds left. 4th down and 10. Bulldogs down by 6. They need a defensive stop. Here comes a shotgun snap. The handoff going to the right side. He's got room. He's got a first down. And down to the 18-yard line. They're going to call it the 20, out of bounds. First down for the Panthers. There are no flags, and it is going to be a mighty uphill climb from here if the Bulldogs want to get back in the game.
Yeah, no timeouts with under 2 minutes or 2:45 left here. It's certainly a long road to go for the Bulldogs.
The Panthers, I tell you what, they faced adversity throughout the game, and they have continued to maintain their composure and keep coming back and won't make that key mistake that the Bulldogs need.
I think they're listening to our broadcast as well. I'm just
sure
going to hush on the plays they should call.
Yeah, that was a nice call by you on the run play. That one went up the middle for about 3 yards. That was number 28.
It's Broadwater.
Yeah, Broadwater again on the carry. So the clock is a-ticking. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in the game. The Panthers will take all the time they can between plays. Once the ball is marked ready for play, they have 25 or 30 seconds, depending on which watch the officials are using. I've come to find over the years that middle school rules are a little diluted sometimes.
Yeah, there's no statewide organization, so they kind of go by region.
Right. Here's the handoff to the right side. Big run to the 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers. That might be the final blow.
Yeah, that's Stone on the carry there. And, I didn't realize how packed the Indian Creek stands were until he rounded that corner, and I looked up, and, wow, they made a big noise over there.
So that touchdown is a devastating blow. The good news for Conyers in this situation is that they're going to get the ball back. They're going to have an opportunity to make some magic happen. Otherwise, I mean, you're not going to ask a kid to stop, and take a knee at the 5-yard line. But the fact is that the Panthers would have liked to have ended the game with the ball.
Absolutely.
2-point conversion attempt coming up.
We've seen it already tonight. Conyers is explosive on special teams.
Absolutely. And the quarterback, Holloway, dives into the end zone for not a touchdown, but for the 2 points. And with 1:38 left to go in the game, 28-14 is the score. The Panthers over the Bulldogs in the New Rock championship game. And the Bulldogs, they need some special teams magic, followed by an onside kick, and then some more magic if they
just
want to
need
get back
special
in
teams magic. We'll take it one shot at a time. Coach Feichner in the center of the Bulldog huddle there with some words of inspiration.
Now the Panthers, like we discussed earlier, no matter where they kick it when they kick off, they have found a playmaker by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have a lot of weapons on the field, and anywhere you go, if you kick it short, you got Evans up short. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There really is nowhere for them to go. I think the Bulldogs are guarding against an onside kick.
Indian Creek with 131 yards through the air so far, and that's going to go out of bounds. And the Bulldogs can make them re-kick this, and I don't see why they wouldn't ask them to re-kick it. It's going to be up to the Bulldog coaching staff. The clock never started because it was never touched by a Bulldog player. Will they take the ball at the 35 or 40, whatever the rule is in middle school, and they're going to have them re-kick? That makes, as good as they've been on kick returns,
absolutely,
that makes the most sense. You don't risk anything because the clock's not running, so it's not like you can get into this pattern where you can end up, missing your opportunity because time runs out.
Yeah, you just kick it out of bounds 7 times in a row and run off 3 seconds at each time.
Right. So the Panthers will kick again from the 35. It's a 5-yard penalty. So 173 yards in the air for Holloway. He's thrown 2 incompletions in his 14 attempts. Fantastic night through the air.
Absolutely.
90 yards on the ground for Indian Creek. So if we're calculating this right, only 15 on the ground for the Bulldogs. It's picked up at the 40-yard line across the 45 and gang tackled at the 49-yard line. That's number 22, Kamari Wimper, on the carry, on the return. So with 1:33 left in the game, big plays are required if the Bulldogs want to pull this one out.
We're going to go cliche and say stranger things have happened.
That's true. That's true, especially in this game and at this level. I mean, mistakes are made sometimes.
Absolutely.
And that's certainly, the Bulldogs aren't giving up.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's their last game of the season. There'll be no point in giving up. And their coaching staff is doing everything they can to encourage them. Here comes on an 11th player for the Bulldogs. I imagine that the handoff is not going to 45.
No.
Snap, wishbone formation. Play action to 45. Throws it deep to the sideline and way out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 1:26 left to go in the game.
Yeah, that was a design play, looking to get out to the near side and expose that defensive backfield, and overthrown by about 8 yards.
Alonza Faulkner was the intended receiver. Tough night for Franklin through the air. He's only completed 1 of 5, but 2 of those incompletions were in the hands of the receiver.
Absolutely. And I keep trying to look for a ray of sunshine for either team on this, and you got 2 undefeated teams in the championship game for the 2nd time in 2 years. These guys, this is a rematch of last year's game. If you're going to lose, this is the way to do it. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose. You don't want to get that surprise of a recreation elementary school team come in and essentially beat you.
Right. A tight formation, only 1 receiver out wide. Quarterback takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's got a man open. He throws it. He doesn't throw it. He pump faked basically and runs the ball instead. Gets about 3 yards on the play, maybe 4 yards, but the clock's going to run. 1:14, 1:13, 1:12. The clock's going to keep going. He had men open. He just couldn't find him.
Yeah, he did a good job of trying to make something out of nothing there. He kind of got busted when the pocket collapsed, and he was looking for something deep, and he was cocked to throw it, but didn't pull the trigger, and he got forward for 3 yards.
3rd down and 7, under 50 seconds left to go in the game. You almost wonder if the Bulldog players realize what the clock situation is at the moment. Wishbone formation. Bunch of tight ends in the game. There's the snap. Play action. Throws it. Complete, but short of the 1st down. 25 seconds left to go. The clock does not stop. It's 4th down, and that's pretty much going to do it for this game. The Panthers, we were talking about the possible ray of sunshine. I was listening to a segment on ESPN today. Well, first, the last play of the season for these two teams. Here's the snap, and he goes down. It's going to be sacked, and that's the game. The Panthers are champions of the New Rock League in 2012. Congratulations to Indian Creek. And as I was going to say, that it's going to be hard, as Mac Brown said on an interview, it's going to be hard for the team that goes undefeated and then loses in the championship game to see how successful their season really was. But it truly was a success, and nothing to be disappointed in for the season. But this is going to be difficult. Yeah,
it definitely is going to be difficult. And these guys, they play hard. They've had a great season. You got nothing to frown about. You've got a great future ahead of you. Most of these guys will hopefully come up to Rockdale, and those that are too young, that aren't in the 8th grade, will be down and have a couple more years to work on their skills, and hopefully come up on Friday nights, and we'll see them next year here at Reid Stadium.
So congratulations to the Indian Creek Panthers. They really, offensively, even though the Bulldogs, they came around in the 2nd quarter and they really started playing better, applying more pressure. Indian Creek was really just too much to handle through the air. 173 yards for Austin Holloway. He was 12 of 14 passing on the day. Those are numbers you just don't see in middle school very often, so I can imagine it took the Bulldogs by surprise.
Absolutely. I don't know that they expected that by any means, and great job by both teams, and Holloway, I mean, he kind of stole the show, put the ball in the right spot, and put the and the receivers were there to take it in, and some of them under some very, very spectacular plays.
It was difficult for the Bulldogs to get any offense mounted other than the one drive which ended in the touchdown by number 28. No, sorry. Ended by the quarterback who ran in on the sneak.
Yeah, Franklin got in on the sneak.
And the special teams touchdown by Evans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Rockdale, they just couldn't. They never got the offense going. They did a good job, and they kept themselves alive by just a couple of chip plays here and there, and then the penalties by Indian Creek kept a couple drives alive. So congratulations once again to the Panthers from Indian Creek and to the Conyers Middle School, the Bulldogs, for a great season for both teams. And someone had to win, and unfortunately someone had to lose. Yeah.
And as they get ready for the trophy presentation, it's never fun when you're at this point in the season, you're in the championship game, and you have to be on the field as your opponent accepts the trophy that you were working so hard, especially over the last week. They made the playoffs last week. Both teams were successful in winning their playoff game, and you get to the championship game, and then you've got to watch the trophy presentation and the big trophy go to the other team. It's just not easy to do.
Yeah, and these guys, and it's a learning moment for both teams. It's learning to be humble for the winners and learning to be grateful for the losers in the season that they've had. Like I just said, remember the things that you've got in the program that you've built so far and build off of that for next year.
The runners-up trophy goes to the Conyers Middle School Bulldogs, and Jonathan Cartledge accepts that for the Bulldogs. And I'm sure that both programs, that the high school programs where these two schools are going into, have to be excited with what they saw tonight and the talent that's coming up to the high schools.
Absolutely. Both of these feed into local programs, and the way that the regions are on the high school level, all of these schools play each other every year in football on the high school level. So it's really nice to see these two schools having very successful programs and building what's going to be a better region for football on all levels.
Brian Nunn invites his team to come gather around the trophy and have a moment of celebration at midfield as they accept the New Rock Championship trophy. And the Bulldogs sit and wonder what could have been. But you know what? There weren't major mistakes made. There weren't major turnovers. They got beat.
Yep, absolutely. There was the only play that anyone would go, oh, well, that was a fantastic catch. I mean,
absolutely.
The one in the back of the end zone was a fantastic catch that was undefensible, as you said earlier in the game.
So congratulations to Indian Creek as they take the New Rock Championship with a final score of 28-14 over the Conyers Middle School Bulldogs. It's been my pleasure to be with you this evening. Hope you enjoyed the game. And alongside Tom White, I'm David Tolliver. Have a fantastic evening.